Robert Kiyosake, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book Rich Dad, Poor Dad was based on Robert Kiyosaki's two fathers. His rich dad, who was his mentor, who dropped out of school in 8th grade, only to become one of the richest men in Hawaii, and his poor dad, who was his real father, who had a PhD. What are the hidden lessons and secrets that are revealed about money in the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad? If you like videos about business, money and psychology, subscribe to Lukxury with K, where I help you realize your potential. The focus of everything is that when the value of money stopped being measured by gold, the era of inflation began. Nowadays, money is nothing more than paper, because there are only two things that truly exist when we talk about money: debt and credit. And the average person does not know nor understand what these two terms actually mean. I'll start off by explaining the latter, credit. Credit is nothing more than the power to spend money. A credit card has no value because it's just plastic, as it is only of value once it has been used, and not to the person who bought their new clothes or grocery, but to the bank that created that credit card. Because credit cards create debt, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. The problem comes in when a person is unable to pay back that debt or misinterprets what debt is. Debt is like a double-edged sword. It can either get you what you want or hurt you. There are two kinds of debt. One side is bad debt and the other side is good debt. Bad debt provides you with nothing except that it just takes and takes from you, while good debt is used to generate more passive income, such as real estate. This is something that everybody should understand. The problem is that we were not taught about money in school, and Robert Kiyosaki was curious about why. So he asked his father, who had a PhD and a high-paying job, why. His father told him that they cannot teach something the government has not put in the syllabus, and if Robert wanted to be rich, he would have to stay in school. Robert didn't understand why school was so important, but his father told him that he'd have to stay in school so that he could get a good paying job. Job is nothing more but an acronym for just over broke. Many people talk about how money is the root of all evil, yet people are spending over 8 hours a day doing a job they hate just for money, only to end up blowing it all, spending it on liabilities, and for those who think they are financially wise, spend it on liabilities which they think are assets. Before even thinking about becoming successful, you need to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset is something that brings money into your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Now, many poor people who have a job lose some of their money through expenses such as food, clothes, normal things. But when they get liabilities such as mortgages, cars, loans and credit cards, they're taking money out of their pocket. In a situation like this, where their liabilities are greater than their assets, their income would be either equal to or less than their expenses. These poor people, in definition, actually rely on their jobs to survive because it is their only income stream. Let me ask you, if you were to stop working today, how long would you be able to survive living off of your savings? I'm sure for most the answer would be not that very long actually. If it is the case, then you are not wealthy. But if you are able to live off of your savings or passive income and cash flow for a long time, congratulations, you're one of the very few who can call themselves wealthy. The rich and wealthy who have a job would lose some of their money on normal expenses, but then instead of drowning in liabilities like other poor people, they would spend the remainder of their salary investing it into assets such as real estate, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and businesses, which would be putting more money into their pockets every month, even while they sleep, which is what is called passive income. There is a very big difference between being rich and being wealthy. Your end goal should be to become wealthy before becoming rich, as you can become rich but not wealthy. We have seen famous players or movie stars who make millions of dollars but blow it all on big mansions, cars and jewelry. It is important to know that when you have assets that cash flow and provide passive income, you use that income to buy your jewelry and cars and all those luxurious products, not the money you worked hard for. When your passive income passes your expenses and your salary, you are wealthy and financially free, according to Robert Kiyosake. Like Robert Kiyosake says, "My assets buy my liabilities." Robert Kiyosake illustrates in his book that you do not need to come from a rich family to become rich. As long as you are able to constantly be improving your financial IQ and learn how to spot opportunities with your mind and not your eyes, because you become what you study. Let me take the above information I told you and put it into a story to help you better understand what I am trying to explain. We have two employees, Bob and Jeff. Bob and Jeff both have the same salary, but Bob is always buying the latest cars, a big house, and living a glamorous life. Jeff, on the other hand, lives a fairly average life, but he constantly saved his salary until he could make a down payment to afford to get real estate to rent out, and also started getting stocks and bonds. Over time, Jeff's net worth and income increased, while Bob has drowned in debt and is now living paycheck to paycheck and has over 3 credit cards that he uses to pay for his expenses because his debt exceeds his salary. How you look at things is very important if you wish to still become successful, as Poor Dad and Rich Dad were both hardworking men who were very educated. Even though Rich Dad dropped in the 8th grade, they both valued education but had different thoughts about what to learn and take from it. One dad said, "The reason I'm not rich is because I have you kids." The other dad said, "The reason I must be rich is because I have you kids." The one said, "When it comes to money, play it safe." The other said, "When it comes to money, learn to manage risks." One said, "I can't afford that." The other said, "How can I afford that?" People are stuck in the cycle of work. They get up to work so they can pay for their house that they are never in and their car that they only drive to work. And this is all they ever do every single day, all while hoping that if they work longer, harder, they will earn more money and the fear of not having enough money will go away. They need to learn that fear comes along with everything, and the closest thing they can do to control it when it comes to money is to stop being arrogant. Robert Kiyosaki once said that the worst money mistake he ever made was not investing in an opportunity just because he thought if he doesn't know it, it must not be real. When it comes to money, being ignorant can cause you to constantly be in fear or become overpowered by greed, which causes people to lock themselves up in the office. Most do this thinking that because we always see successful people constantly working, that is surely the path to success. But the rich work to learn. They work in jobs they know will provide them the experience and skills they need to do that which they love, such as working as a closer in order to improve your ability to sell to prospects. So next time you go job hunting, look for a job that will give you the skills and experience you need to achieve your goals. The rich sometimes even work for long periods of time without even earning anything. This is mostly seen with entrepreneurs who have spent countless of sleepless nights creating a system that would work even when he or she is not around, allowing them to earn money while they sleep, which is called passive income. Now I'd like to clear something up. Earlier in the video I talked about passive income. People tend to hear the word passive and think easy money, but passive income can only become passive after hard work and a large amount of time has been put into making it passive. Like our friend Jeff, he had to wait 5 months of saving before he could have saved enough for the down payment on his rental property. Not to forget all the hours spent on learning about rental properties and finding the right house. Hi, this is Lukxury with K. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now you might ask, Why should I? Well, every week I'll post a new video focusing on helping you become a better entrepreneur. You will be challenged and you will be inspired. You will be motivated. More importantly, you will get practical ideas and strategies that will take your business and life to the next level. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single episode, and click on the video on the bottom that I have personally selected for you. I promise you won't regret it.